Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a reading for all signs, and keep in mind that this will not resonate for each and every one of you. But in the description down below you can find a sound healing session. You can go ahead and go book that. You can find personal readings, which you can go ahead and go book, and tarot class. Alright, all that's in the description down below. Go check out. So, we'll be going from Aries to Pisces. Alright, we have tarot, we also have oracles. So let's start with Aries. What's happening for Aries, or what does Aries need to know? What's the messages? Oops. Camera has fallen over. The Queen of Michael. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know what to do. Benefit of experience. A time for your career rather than relationship. So Aries, this is a time for focusing on career rather than looking for love. 10 of Ariel. There is so much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. See, I feel like it's building up your career so that you have a retirement for your future. Aries, and you're going to have a very rewarding life. You're going to have a very luxurious life, and there will be family, like your friends and family already around you. Could be future families, all right. But you got to build your empire. Aries, focus on building your empire. You are the emperor. We have the Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in job or promotion. There might be an actual change of your job. Aries, you might be doing a different career path, or maybe you're setting up a new business here, but I feel like that was the time for focusing on business, like I said, because it feels like you're going to be building up your empire. You can be building your life up to where when you get old, you'll just have everything already there for you. There'll be no struggle, right? And it feels like you are going to be building that life for you, like kind of a rewarding life, a luxurious life here, Aries. Very happy life where there's wealth for the family, you know, everything flows. So let's see the message for you. We have number 28 with karma, untying knots. Alright, Aries, so we're releasing karma here. We're releasing karmic relations here. Karmic bondages, and the list goes on. Alright, so you're freeing yourself. That's what you're doing. But let's read more about this card so you get a deeper understanding of it, even though I just described to you the basics of it, the gist of it. Drawing this card implies that what you inquire about is linked to a karmic energy. So what you're inquiring about, Aries, is linked to a karmic energy, which may be why things are particularly challenging right now. So this could be about a person that maybe you're actually looking for this reading about. Maybe they're just more of a karmic. Aries. We're all at times now where karma is being worked through faster than before. Also, some karmic contracts are ending, but need to be finished with good grace. Each aspect of a karma needs to be respected and worked through till its end. And God alone decides when it is done. See, only God decides when it is done, when your karmic contract is over. Alright? Whether it be a person, place, or thing, whatever. You are reminded that everything in life has a consequence. The good deeds you do are returned to you tenfold if done with a loving heart. And likewise, any action that causes pain or detriment to another will also come back to you. So it's a big time of karma. This time as a debt to be repaid. There is no escaping the law of karma. Whether you are rich or poor, whether you are born in the world, all are treated equally. And what goes around comes around. It may be that you are facing difficulty in life right now with someone or something. Karmic contracts are played out every day. However, the wise one, guided by Metatron, knows when to recognize such connections, also understands the meaning and higher learning behind any given karmic contract you are working through. Lessons such as compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, patience, and humility may be being asked of you now. Are you the one that's asked to repay In this case, the lessons may continue until the teaching has completed. The balance is restored at a soul level. Are you the one receiving karmic blessings? This, too, can be hard to accept if someone has closed their heart to receiving such gifts, not realizing it may be the result of many lifetimes of service to the light, and this is what you now have earned, so enjoy it. You see that? So if you're closed off to receiving what is owed to you, you might end up having to reincarnate and relearn these lessons again until you learn, Aries, to receive what the universe is trying to give to you. This endless knot depicted in the image on this card shows how we get tied up by past life situations in this incarnation, and how walking the symbolic labyrinth in our own mind brings us peace. There's no escaping ourselves, what we have done, who we have been, and how we are now. All aspects play a part in helping us to learn and to grow in understanding towards members of our soul group and ourselves. The karmic knot set against Metatron's indigo galactic backdrop helps us remember that our behavior, actions, and deeds in every moment are important. They define not just our present experience, but our future life. Be mindful at all times so you reap a good tomorrow. Using this symbol while calling in Archangel Metatron's energy can also be used to request karmic release, where debts feel paid and have been worked on by yourself. You cannot request it for another. This request will only be granted if earned, however. Focusing on it as a symbol of light gifted by Metatron also helps you gain understanding, insight, and guidance with regard to any karmic situation. Ask for any knot of twisted energy within yourself to be softened with celestite blue energy to bring healing where it is needed. Just as the knot itself has no beginning and no end, represents that energy simply transforms into one state of being to another. Alright, Aries, so that's a message for you. Let's move on to the sign of Taurus. So let's see what we have for Taurus. The Seven of Raphael. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. Divine Guidance, Archangel Sandalphon. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. I'm with Taurus. It's telling me it's time to make a decision. There's going to be a better approach to the situation that you're in and the decisions that you're being faced with. Justice, Archangel Raguel. Fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. Alright, so there's justice being brought into your situation. We were just doing the Aries reading where we were talking about justice and karma, which you may want to go back and watch as well. But Taurus, I feel like I said, there's going to be a better way to a decision that you are being faced with here, and it feels like there's justice being brought in the situation. There's karma. Things are going in your favor. Alright, this actually may be a karmic debt that the universe owes you, which I feel like is trying to be shown to you. So let's see a message for you, Taurus. We have number 35 with Kundalini, untapped energy. So we're awakening the Kundalini as well, Taurus, which there's meditations you can find here on YouTube for that. Think about the amount of untapped, unused energy at your disposal. Life is busy and you may be time poor. Sometimes you feel particularly weary, yet you are encouraged to go within and realize the huge well of energy available to you to help support your path to enlightenment. It is there in your earthly vessel, the human body in which your eternal soul dwells, like a burning furnace within you. The Kundalini fire energy depicted on this card needs tending and stoking. A fire that is forgotten will emit a quiet heat, but no real flames of passion or electrical current to awaken all that is available as raw, primal energy, drive, and insight. Become aware of this coiled serpent at your base chakra. This part of you is just as real as anything else. Make friends with it, be at peace with its presence, and realize that within its coils, which wish to unfold upward, there is raw power and divine essence that is yours and yours alone. Use it to ignite passion, to inspire ideas, or to receive spiritual truths. But first, allow it to flow up to your spine, warming each part with its light and color and energy. Tuning in now, ask yourself if you are aware of this vast energy reservoir within you. You can awaken it gently and train it via many practices: meditation, yoga, movement, and dance. Maybe you wish to start such an activity now. A fifth dimensional frequency will also naturally start to stir and will give you an innate understanding of its location and any blocks as the Kundalini arises within you. Ask Metatron to guide this process. Take time, there is no rush. It is time for it is time for it now to awaken within, and for you to start to read and meditate on its presence within you, Taurus. So much Kundalini teaching has focused on the chakras, and these are hugely important in understanding your holistic self. But the next step is sensing this bliss-like energy as it crawls up your spine and back, releasing and purifying, and being able to take you to higher states of consciousness than you had previously thought possible. An awakened, upgraded chakra system results too. Look at the image on this card and absorb its colors and energy. Let it show you the state of your own Kundalini energy, dormant, awake, or half awake. There is no judgment and no right or wrong for it to be. It is part of you. Integrate it and own it. It is there to help your spiritual path by igniting fire, color, and light within you to help you see, feel, sense, hear, and taste with senses. One extraordinary hidden asset. This is also what's being shown to your Kundalini, so there's another way as well. Tap into your Kundalini. You have a lot of untapped resources within your Kundalini. Let Metatron unveil it for you at the right time and in the right manner. A truly awakened spirit awaits. Alright, Taurus. So that's a message for you. Now we're going to move on to Gemini. So let's see what we have for the sign of Gemini. Oh my god, you had cards falling out. You have the Sun with Archangel Uriel. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Alright, ladies. Life's going to be wonderful for you, Gemini. Two of Gabriel. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Four of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Alright, seek out other possibilities on what makes your life wonderful. Gemini, on what makes your life happy. Make bold choices. Alright, maybe even going out with people here. Like, it doesn't have to be romantically, but maybe partnering with people. But something to make your life wonderful rather than it being stagnant. Alright, look for things that amaze you. Look for things that make you feel like you're tuned in with your inner child. You know what I'm saying, Gemini? So let's see what we have for you. What are the messages for you? Three with creation, expansion in your life. See, there's going to be expanding. Expanding in ways, creating things that make your life wonderful. Gemini, you're going to be creating things that makes life wonderful. Makes life happy. Be making it happy for other people too. Card number 3 links to the planet Jupiter. Alright, so you may be connecting with your Jupiter placements more than your sun sign, Gemini, or if you have the same sun and Jupiter placements, that's fine. It says growth, abundance, blessings, and unlimited resource. Alright, look at this. Unlimited resource. We've been talking about resources with the past 2 signs. Being shown another resource here. Jupiter, the number 3. Every single thing within the universe starts from an initial thought. To create anything, we first have to think it, dream it, and above all, believe it is possible. With every sense available to us, the energy of creation is there to help change and improve our lives. Sparks of creative light that can be sent out and brought back, manifested as something tangible and real. The flower of life shown here. It's a sacred symbol that assists you with creating. Every action, thought, and deed is boosted by focusing on its geometry and energy, helping you to kickstart, expand, or grow anything we want. Focusing on the image alone will bring healing to any block that prevents this from being. Draw the energy of the flower of life into your sacral chakra, Gemini, and let it encourage this center within you to get its creative juices flowing again. There are no limits to what we are capable of creating. We are all master creators, able to manifest whatever we set our minds to. And yet, Archangel Metatron reminds us that we have to create within our hearts as well as our minds. Our minds know only what they have already experienced. The heart can lead us on a path to bigger things not yet imagined. The heart will also manifest for the greatest good of all, something of worth, of beauty, of wisdom, and love. This in turn produces abundance. If you are lacking this now, take a moment to observe your patterns and thoughts around wealth, happiness, and prosperity. Changing your thoughts changes the outcome, but you have to create that shift within and put it into action. Abundance comes to those who are in line with their passion and their calling and are serving a wider need. If you're unsatisfied with what you do, ask Archangel Metatron to inspire you with new ideas. So if you're unsatisfied with something that you currently do, Gemini, ask Metatron to inspire you with some new ideas, new opportunities, and new motivation to create a new reality for yourself that better serves you. Drawing this card implies that it's time for you to think big, to dream, to believe that anything is possible, because it is. It is only your fear that has prevented or thwarted you up to now. Whatever your circumstances, whatever your history, Metatron calls you to create anew, redefine who and what you are. Look around you at your inner and outer world and access what needs changing or altering. You have the power to do this now with your heart and mind. If you need to walk away from old, outworn situations that dull your sparkle and joy of life, seek out alternatives. Alright? Seek out alternatives. See, even this. Seek out other possibilities. Seek out other opportunities. And be creative in your approach to doing so. Talk to others, expand your horizons, and visit new places to provide you with fresh impetus. You are born with unique gifts and talents. You are being reminded that you have untapped skills. It may be time to take up a creative pursuit, dancing, singing, painting, designing, whatever it is. Do it with enthusiasm and success will follow. If you've forgotten what these gifts are, let Metatron remind you. He knows all you're capable of and more. The power of creation is yours. Use it well. Alright, Gemini? So that's a message for you. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. So what do we have for the sign of Cancer? Messages for sign of Cancer. You have the Sun. Yeah, okay, so you may have Gemini placements in your chart for it to be coming up as your first card too. Archangel Uriel. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Yeah, you must have Gemini placements for you to be getting similar cards to them. I wonder if the next card is the same. No, it is different. Thank goodness. Alright, Four of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. We have the Knight of Michael. Strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. It says time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. Alright, so I almost called you Leo. Cancer. I think now's the time to seek out other possibilities. Now's the time to move quickly, take action, all right? And using what you think is best for you. All right, this is all very suddenly, but I feel like you may be kind of feeling, I feel like you're wanting more in life than what you're currently experiencing, Cancer. So now's the time to get moving, change things in your life that needs to be changed, go in directions that you want to go in, or seeking out other possibilities, seeking out more to life. Like, look around, Cancer. Look online. Look for opportunities of what you want to do. Alright? So let's grab a message for you as well. We have number 55 with red, safety, strength, and power. So you're connecting with the red ray, Cancer. Card 55 holds a master number vibration in the energy of the red ray. So Cancer, I want you to call upon the red ray while you're seeking out other possibilities. This is going to be connecting you to Native American ancestor here. You can be connecting with that ray. It's a ray of power. So you infuse yourself with that power of you can do anything. The last card in the deck, red grounds, anchors, encourages, and supports you now. You may have been feeling tired, depleted, unconfident, demotivated, or lacking direction. Red light comes to energize, warm, and stir you back to life. Red is the shortest wave of light and the most earthly of all the colors. Emerging from this, an ancient elder comes before you who has seen everything and understands the ways of the land and its people. He is here to teach you, as he has learned to master the potent force of red and use it for good in his world. He stands on red, sacred earth, and able to feel his bloodline going back through generations, healed and whole. He will show you how to lead, show courage, and face whatever there is to challenge, or belittle, or derail you. He asks you to stand in your own power and be sure of its solid foundation and safety, while others around you may feel scattered and fearful. His energy of strength and determination is here for you now. For you have called him, and he works alongside Metatron as a bridge between the angelic and shamanic worlds. Red needs mastering, so that no blood needs to be spilled and no more sacrifices made. The time for peace, not war, is needed. No more fighting over territory, possessions, or what someone else has. It makes us look at where we may still have parts of this that need healing within ourselves and our family line. His gaze scans the horizon to see any danger, alerting you and protecting you at all times. Standing guard over you, he also makes those who wish to hurt another look at their own issues, repels negativity back to the sender. He offers the pipe of peace to you now. Whatever you're struggling with, any negativity that you feel, he says to you that there is another way. See, that's been talked about that. There's another way. To own the realm of red energy, as he does require great spirit. He has truly made peace with the earth and all upon it. Nothing can shock him, deter him, or hurt him. Feel into his energy now. He is your helper for all that you may struggle with concerning base chakra issues, health, safety, finances, relationships, and security. His presence here may also imply that there are energies of anger, frustration, greed, or lust around you. If so, again, let him master lower energies and feel instead for the best that red embodies: conviction, leadership, passion, or strength, to name a few. As you embrace the learning of the red ray, he assures you that nature can provide all your needs, and that respect for the earth brings her love back to you tenfold. Alright, Cancer. So that's a message for you. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Leo. Alright, so we're going to be doing Leo now. Oh, no, I did not ask any questions yet. Leo. It's a message for Leo. And if you like a sound healing session, that's going to be in the description down below. I also have tarot classes and personal reading. All that's in the description down below. Go check out. So what do we have for Leo? Peace with Archangel Azrael. Release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And so we're releasing the past because the future, all right, especially next year, is more enriching than what life has been for you, Leo. The Chariot. Archangel Metatron. Determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. You see that? You're going to have career advancements. That's what's coming for you, Leo. Success. The Eight of Raphael. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, spiritual quest. See, there's something better for you than what I feel like you're currently doing. There's something better up ahead, Leo. Just up ahead. There's something better for you, and I feel like it could possibly be with career related here. All right? Could be a better career, be a higher paying job, or maybe a job that doesn't suck. All right? So let's see what messages we have for you. What do we have for the sign of Leo? Connect with orange. Number 24 with orange, connection and attunement. So you need to connect with the color orange, Leo. Let's see about the orange color, which I believe is just this connection to Metatron. Pulling this card is asking you to listen to Metatron's voice speaking directly to you here. Can you feel my joy? Can you feel my majesty? And can you feel me all around you in the simplest and most complex things? I am Archangel Metatron. I'm not a stranger to any of you. I have been around each of you since the moment of birth, and will be with you in this life, till your moment of passing to whence you came. And yes, I am with you in the void between lifetimes as well. I am light, I am color, I am universal power, love, wisdom, and illumination. You ask, how can you reach me? There is no mystery, no complexity. It's about reaching up, while you are fully grounded in presence, and I will be there. Many of you are not aware that it is I that held you through the difficult days, I who pushed you to evolve and change. Sometimes you've doubted me and felt me absent, but I have always been there. Through the good times, the hard times, I am always there with you. And at times when you can't feel me, connect via my stream of orange flame light. Ask. It flows down on anyone who asks for it. That's all I have to do, Leo, is ask. And attunes and connects you to me. I am already within you, and the orange light reminds you of that. It is a part of you, and it nourishes at all levels of your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. Orange is a vibration light made up of red tones of fire, passion, raw energy, action, and life force. It also contains the yellows and golds of joy, fun, sunshine, alchemy, and wisdom. Orange is the color of enlightenment and the ascension journey. To be surrounded by its vibration smooths your path, ignites your spiritual power, and illuminates your light. Hold your arms up to receive. This is how you receive. Alright? William? This is how you're open to receive. Open your arms to receive the light. Let it flow down your hands and arms, harnessing your healing ability, and gifts. Let it flow into your throat so that you speak with a spiritual voice of strength and truth, and allow the orange light to stream through you, a limitless supply. You don't need to cocoon yourself with my orange light. It is like me, a dynamic, active energy that wants to move, create, heal, and produce results. It is always there, as am I, reminding you of your true self that can and already has moved mountains and can do so again. Hold this card close to you when you wish to strengthen your connection to Archangel Metatron and feel him close around you. Alright? It's a better thing that's up ahead for you. This is Metatron, this Chariot card. Metatron will bring in, so now that we've done that, and I've explained to you how to do that, how to call Metatron in, once you've done that, you'll be shown something that is better for you, and I feel like this is in terms of career. Alright, Leo, so let's move on to the sign of Virgo. So what is the message for Virgo? King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experiences that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. Perspective, Archangel Chamuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. King Ariel. Successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. Using resources wisely. Alright, so Virgo. And I feel like for you, keeping your eyes on the big picture here. Alright, leaving the details for others. So this tells me that you may be some sort of boss here. You may own a business, but you're being shown a better way in something that you do. I do feel like your plans are already working out well, but you're going to be shown a better way that makes it go beyond what you've experienced so far. And this is terms in professional and financial matters. You're going to have like, I feel like, oh, it's going to be big for you. Be shown resources and using them wisely. So you may want to go back and actually watch the other signs, because we were talking about resources and how to tap into them. Tapping into the spiritual resources so that we can pull them down into the physical. Alright, Virgo? Now let's see a message that we have for you. Number 4 with letting go. Time for release. You're letting go of the past, Virgo. Letting go. Card number 4 links to the planet Uranus. You may be connecting with your Uranus placement rather than your sun sign, but if you have the same sun in Uranus placement, like a sign, then that is fine too. And the nature of change and adapting to unexpected events. Its influence helps support whatever you're going through right now, or it may be that somehow you sense a change in the air. You feel that change is coming soon. Letting go is appropriate for you now. You are asked, why do you hold on so tight and so hard to someone or something that has had its time? Alright, so why are you hanging on to something that's already had its time? Whether this be a person, place, or thing, it's already had its chance. Virgo. It's already ran its course. Look at your hands. Are they clenched? Is your breath shallow and your body tight from trying so hard and persevering for so long? You may have been trying to control or change something that wasn't meant to adapt or be part of this next stage of your life. Instead, look to yourself and what is vibrationally right for you now. Learn to be flexible, yielding, and able to let go. The time is here and is now. Letting go may also be applying to mindset. Alright, can also be mindset. Thought patterns. Behaviors or addictions. Truly anything that makes you feel heavy and troubled that is not serving you. Your attention is brought to this time now. Archangel Metatron is here to help you realize that change happens all around us every day. And that nothing can ever stay the same. There is a time and a season for everything. Maybe you have enjoyed or savored what you are now being asked to let go of. Know that there is a reason for every experience we have in life, every person we meet, and we learn and grow from it all. Like the tree that knows when a new season approaches, you are asked to prepare now for the change that is coming. Nature is our best teacher. The leaves that fall from the tree know that this happens to protect the life force of the tree, so that new buds can appear again. After the leaves have been fertilized back into the soil, nothing is lost, nothing is wasted. It is nature's way, and our way of recycling and renewing for the next period of growth that wants to appear. Know, too, that letting go can be gentle, like a soft breeze answering your soul's call to adapt and move on, or it can be more forced, like a storm that appears that wasn't prepared for and it seems needlessly harsh. Letting go with grace, gentleness, do what you already know you have to do. But realize that you are not being asked to do it alone. Archangel Metatron is with you, supporting you. Also be aware of bountiful gifts that await you in your future when you close this door so that another can open. Alright, Virgo? Choosing this card may also imply that you're being carried by Archangel Metatron through a period of grief. Maybe you have lost a loved one, a person dear to you, or a pet. Maybe change of circumstances left you bereft. A relationship or breakup, or an empty nest. Know that the angels are with you now, bringing you comfort and watching you over from afar. Be brave, breathe deep, and let go of what no longer serves you today. Alright, Virgo, so that's a message for you. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Libra. Oh my goodness. Ace of Michael, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. We have the Six of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Alright, look at this. Libra, I feel like you have a new idea. Alright, and don't let what you need get in the way of you trying to go after that idea. Because I feel like what you need for your idea will just magically appear, Libra. Alright, because it feels like you're gonna be okay. You're guided here by your angels, and your angels see that you have this idea. And I feel like they're gonna be fulfilling you. Like they're gonna make sure that you get it done. So what you need will appear. Alright. You have your last card that has fallen out. Oh, we have two cards here. We have the Moon and Archangel Haniel. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. So you can have the opportunity to improve your plans on this new idea that you have here, Libra. The Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, diligent, time to move quickly. So whatever this idea is, time to move quickly with this. Choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. So let's see a message for you. What do we have for the sign of Libra? Alright, number 31 with transformation, light and dark. Alright, there's a transformation going on for you. Which figure on this card do you relate to? The dark shadow of your own fear or the empowered light fulfilled divine you? This is a challenging question since in truth both aspects are of yourself. Within you, both are light and shade, illumination and shadow, love and hate, peace and anxiety, living in a dualistic world. You have a dualistic nature, and it serves you well to try to integrate and understand all parts of yourself. Pushing away one's shadow does not work. Whether it appears as jealousy, rage, greed, or spite. Instead, you are asked to understand and work through why such feelings arise and where they come from, and realize it is usually because of an absence of love. Our shadow also often wants to keep us small, to keep us doing what we know, rather than trying something new. It feeds off of old patterns that haven't been worked through, from panic and low self-esteem to something greater still. If you've done the shadow work, this card then asks you to question which figure you give the most attention to. Transformation happens when we choose the light over our shadow selves and turn like a flower to the sun, the greatest energy source of our planet and life force. The image is a reminder to choose light every day, to move forward and reach for sunlight rather than hide ourselves in darkness. Darkness and shadow can play into ego's hands, playing small, judgment, blame, drama, victim mentality. It takes many forms. However, we are here to shine brightly. We cannot do so from a place of total darkness. The sunlight in the picture brings not just illumination to the one who is free, but illuminates and brings warmth to the heavier side of ourselves that we all carry. The stronger and more powerful energy is the light. It can and will escape the clutches of anything that tries to contain it. What is left behind is but an empty shell. And we learn to look back with compassion at what blocked our way and the lessons we learned from our struggle. By doing this, we transform not just ourselves, but the darkness too. We learn to live with it, but not allow it to control us, to love all parts of ourselves, and to walk with the highest path we can, moment to moment, day by day. By doing so, we conquer the battle within and allow our light to win. Alright? So, Libra, there's a message for you. Now I'm going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. So let me see what we have for Scorpio. The The High Priestess, Archangel Haniel. Powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Alright, so you're going to have powerful psychic insights. Alright? You're going to have valuable information from these psychic insights, Scorpio. Two of Michael. It'll all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing the problem, finding a compromise. So maybe making a decision, like you maybe need to make a decision here on something that you're going to be doing. Five of Gabriel, a challenge that you can resolve, withdraw from the drama of others, have patience with yourself and those around you, alright? So Scorpio, I feel like you're going to have a psychic download, alright? Psychic information is going to hit you, and I feel like it's going to help you with whatever problem you're having, maybe some sort of challenge that you're having in your life, something that you're trying to make a decision on. Well, here comes psychic information. It's just like, boom, and then you now know your answer, Scorpio. So let's see the message that we have for you. You got the same as Aries. 28 with karma, untying the knots. So you're untying karmic knots. Karmic contracts are ending, Scorpio. Karmic debt from the universe can also be repaid to you as well, but we're going to read more on this karma card so you get better understanding. Drawing this card implies that what you inquire about is linked to a karmic energy. So what you're your situation is that of a karmic situation, whether this be in terms of love, people, places, things, whatever this is. It's a karmic situation that you're inquiring about. Alright, Scorpio. Which can be why things are particularly challenging right now. This is why this is a challenge. We're all at times now where karma is being worked through faster than before. Also, some karmic contracts are ending but need to be finished with good grace. Each aspect of karma needs to be respected and worked through till its end. And God alone, only God, decides when it is done. You are reminded that everything in life has a consequence. The good deeds you do are returned to you tenfold if done with a loving heart. And likewise, any action that causes pain or detriment to another also comes back to you this time, as a debt has to be repaid. There is no escaping the law of karma, whether you're rich or poor, and wherever you are born in the world. All are treated equally. What goes around comes around. Maybe that you are facing difficulty in life right now with someone or something. Karmic contracts are played out every day. However, the wise one, guided by Metatron, knows when to recognize such connections and also understands the meaning and higher learning behind any given contract you are working through. Lessons such as compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, patience, and humility may be asked of you now. Are you the one that's being asked to repay? In this case, lessons may continue until the teaching has completed and the balance is restored at a soul level. Or are you the one receiving karmic blessings? This too can be hard to accept. If someone has closed their heart to receiving such gifts, not realizing that it may be the result of many lifetimes of service to life. And this is what you now have earned, so enjoy it. The endless knot depicted on the image of this card shows how we get tied up by past life situations in this incarnation, and how walking the symbolic labyrinth in our own mind brings us peace. There is no escaping ourselves, what we have done, who we have been, and how we are now. All aspects play a part in helping us to learn and grow in understanding towards members of our soul group and ourselves. The karmic knot set against Metatron's indigo galactic backdrop helps us remember that our behavior, actions, and deeds in every moment are important. They define not just our present experience, but our future life. Be mindful at all times so you reap a good tomorrow. Using this symbol while calling Archangel Metatron's energy can also be used to request karmic release where debts have feel paid and have been worked on by yourself. It says, you cannot request it for another. This request will only be granted if earned. However, focusing on it as a symbol of light gifted by Metatron also helps you gain understanding, insight, and guidance with regard to any karmic situation. Ask for any knot of twisted energy within yourself to be softened, the celestite blue energy, to bring healing where it is needed. Just as the knot itself has no beginning and no end, it represents that energy simply transforms from one state of being to another. Alright? So Scorpio, that is all I have for you. Now I'm going to move on to the sign of Sagittarius. Alright? So what are the messages that we have for Sagittarius? By the way, we're still in Sagittarius season, which is amazing. Alright, so let's see. What do we have for you? Alright, 2 cards that have fallen out. You have the 3 of Gabriel. Prosperity, arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out unexpected. So you've been making plans. You've been making careful plans. You've been preparing. Alright? You've been taking steps. You're having prosperity from those plans, from those steps you just took, Sagittarius. Now it's time for the next step. 6 of Raphael. Embrace your inner child, new friends, or rekindled relationships, children, or childhood. This could be something with children here. I don't know if you have a child. But this is something that goes back to childhood. It could also be bringing in new friends here. Let's see another card for you. Let's just pull one more. The Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day, Sagittarius. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in job promotion. Alright, Sagittarius. So this is... Okay. Ooh, look at that. Sagittarius. So I feel like it's new friends, new people coming your way. You're having new resources being presented to you, Sagittarius. Maybe changing in jobs. Maybe you've been making steps for that. Or maybe you're getting your promotion, you've been taking steps, whatever. You've been taking steps and you've been planning here. Your plans are working out good. You're taking the next steps here. And I feel like you're having new resources being presented to you now, Sagittarius. Ow, my foot. Let's see the message for you. You're the same as Libra, I believe. Number 31, transformation, light and dark. Alright, so you have some transformation happening here. Which I already know what I know what a lot of these cards mean in this deck. I just read them so that newer people on the channel know what they mean as well. They know a deeper understanding of it. It says, which figure on this card do you relate to? The dark shadow of your own fear or the empowered light-filled divine you? This is a challenging question since in truth both aspects are of yourself, within. You're both light and shade, illumination and shadow, love and hate, and peace and anxiety. Living in a dualistic world, you have a dualistic nature, and it serves you well to try to integrate and understand all parts of yourself. Pushing away one's shadow doesn't work, whether it appears as jealousy, rage, greed, or spite. Instead, you're asked to understand and work through why such feelings arise and where they come from, and realize that it's usually because of an absence of love. Our shadow also often wants to keep us small, to keep us doing what we know, rather than trying something new. It feeds off old patterns that haven't been worked through, from panic and low self-esteem to something greater than it's still. If you've done the shadow work, this card asks you to question which figure you give the most attention to. Transformation happens when we choose the light over our shadow selves and turn like a flower to the sun, the greatest energy source of our planet and life force. The image is a reminder to choose light every day, to move forward and reach for the sunlight rather than hide ourselves in darkness. Darkness and shadow can play into ego's hands. Playing small, judgment, blame, drama, victim mentality, it takes many forms. However, we are here to shine brightly. We cannot do so from a place of total darkness. The sunlight in this picture brings not just illumination to the one who is free, but illuminates and brings warmth to the heavier side of ourselves that we all carry. The stronger and more powerful energy is in the light. It can and will escape the clutches of anything that tries to contain it. What is left behind is an empty shell, and we learn to look back with compassion at what blocked our way and the lessons we learned from our struggle. By doing this, we transform not just ourselves, but the darkness too. We learn to live with it, but not allow it to control us. To love all parts of ourselves, and to walk with the highest path we can, moment to moment, day by day. By doing so, we conquer the battle within, and allow our light to win. Alright, Sagittarius, so that's a message for you. We'll move on to the sign of Capricorn now. Alright, so what messages do we have for the sign of Capricorn? You have the Page of Gabriel. Energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. I don't know if that's how you've been feeling lately, Capricorn. It says, follow your passions. You're ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. All right, following your passion. What makes you passionate? What makes you excited? Capricorn, following that. The opportunities for adventure as well. Traveling around. Solutions. Archangel Zadkiel. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience. Forgive and healing energy. Alright, being brought a solution in your situation, Capricorn, and you're going to be following your passion. Here we have the Four of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Alright, Capricorn, so it's telling you to seek out other possibilities. So you're being brought a solution that'll make your life more excitable. And it's telling you to seek out other possibilities. Alright, and following what you're passionate about rather than what you're currently doing, Capricorn. So let's see what the message we have for you is. We have number 15 with clarity. Go within. Alright, so we're getting clarity here. Let's have a look at this card. See the messages for you. You seek clarity now on something that is bothering you and making you feel out of balance. It may be an answer that just won't come, or an explanation or a higher meaning to something happening around you. So often we think of clarity as arriving at one defined moment in time. But clarity can come in waves and require our bodies and minds and allow a moment to just be. It can last for hours, days, or months. It is still the small whisperings of our soul that we often ignore or don't have time for to properly hear. A state of tranquility is needed where we can stop and allow our spiritual guides to connect with us. It also helps to hear them and feel their love for us. To help with this, Archangel Metatron asks you to breathe in aquamarine energy. So this is what you're being asked. Breathe in aquamarine energy, Capricorn, to bring balance to your emotional state and realign and strengthen you slowly and deeply. Breathe in this blue ray to fill your entire body, and then breathe out. Surround yourself with this aquamarine light and feel held, supported, and lifted out of your worries, concerns, and stress. Just allow them to dissolve. Let go. It says, having created space to hear your own wisdom and spiritual intelligence, you're reminded that no one has the answers to your questions but you. You may seek counsel and advice from others, but there must be no delegation of responsibility. Your life deserves answers from the one in control of it, and that is you. Your Metatron will nudge, prompt, and support you, but he will not step in to answer everything for you. He serves you by empowering you to hear your own answers and to trust in what you hear, feel, or sense. He will often give you a piece of a jigsaw, but will not complete it for you. Like the teacher that he is, he encourages you to learn and find your own way. And this starts with clearing away what is unimportant and focusing on what is. Clarity cannot be found in hectic, frantic states of being. It is found by giving yourself permission to stop, breathe deeply, and center yourself. Spend time in silence, free of direct distractions, noise, and chaos. You return to the simplicity of listening to your own heartbeat and your own breath, slowing everything down to a point of deep serenity, where clarity can be found. Don't push for an answer or solution. It may be that much is to still be revealed or played out in a situation or relationship to you may inquire about. Realize you will be given what you need for now. Feel into the fresh perspective the aquamarine energy gives, and allow it to aid and help you reach diamond clarity whenever you need it. It is here waiting to serve you. Alright, Capricorn, so that's a message for you. Now I'm going to move on to the sign of Aquarius. Alright, so let's do Aquarius. Alright, Aquarius, we're moving on to your reading. There's a message for Aquarius. By the way, if you're looking for a sound healing session, that'll be in the description down below. Also have personal reading, which you can go ahead and go book in the description down below as well, and tarot classes. All that's in the description down below for you to go check out. Alright, so Aquarius, what do we have for you? King of Ariel, successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. The plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. I like this. Of course, you have a very good card as your first card. Your plans are working out well. Alright? Success. Aquarius, financial success. You've used your resources wisely. Alright? Which you may want to go back and watch the other signs, because we're talking about resources, using resources here. Untapped spiritual resources from the spirit world that we pulled down into material. Alright? Get more in depth than that with the other signs. Go ahead, go back and go watch them if you need to. Solutions. Archangel Zadkiel. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Alright, so you're being brought a solution in something that you're doing. So I feel like you're already doing well, Aquarius, but you're being brought a solution that's going to make you increase even more. You know what I'm saying? It's going to add to you even more. You have the Page of Gabriel. Energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. Alright, so it's going to be following your passion, what you're passionate about. Aquarius. The adventure coming up for you as well. But let's see the message that we have for you. What message do we have for Aquarius? This is the untapped resource that you may be, well, you may have actually tapped into it. Aquarius may have actually already worked with it, because it says you use the resources wisely. And that resource is the Kundalini. Yeah. So you can find meditations for that on YouTube. Number 35, the Kundalini, untapped energy. Number 35. Think about the amount of untapped, unused energy at your disposal. Life is busy, and you may be time poor. Sometimes you feel particularly weary, yet you are encouraged to go within and realize the huge well of energy available to you to help support your path to enlightenment. It is there in your earthly vessel, the human body in which your eternal soul dwells. Like a burning furnace within you, the Kundalini fire energy, depicted on this card, needs tending and stoking. A fire that is forgotten will emit a quiet flame, or quiet heat, but no real flames of passion or electrical current to awaken all that is available to you as raw, primal energy, drive, and insight. Become aware of the coiled serpent at your base chakra. This part of you is just as real as anything else. Make friends with it. Be at peace with its presence, and realize that within its coils, which wish to unfold upward, there is raw power and divine essence that is yours and yours alone. Use it to ignite passion, to inspire ideas, or to receive spiritual truths. But first allow it to flow up your spine, warming each part with its light and color and energy. Tuning in now, ask yourself if you're aware of the vast energy reservoir within you. You can awaken it gently and train it via many practices: meditation, yoga, movement, and dance. Maybe you wish to start such an activity now. A fifth dimensional frequency will also naturally start to stir it, and will give you any understanding of its location and any blocks as the Kundalini rises within you. Ask Metatron to guide this process. Take time, there's no rush. It's time for now to awaken within, and for you to start and read and meditate on this presence within you. So much Kundalini teaching has focused on the chakras. These are hugely important in understanding your holistic self. But the next step is sensing this bliss-like energy as it curls up your spine and back, releasing and purifying, and being able to take you into higher states of consciousness that you have previously thought possible. An awakened, upgraded chakra system results too. Look at the image on this card and absorb its colors and energy. Let it show you the state of your own Kundalini energy, dormant, awake, or half awake. There is no judgment, and no right or wrong for it to be. It is part of you. Integrate it and own it. It is there to help your spiritual path by igniting fire, color, and light within you to help you see, feel, hear, and taste with its senses. What an extraordinary hidden asset. See, this is a hidden asset, Aquarius, that other people may not know about. Let Metatron unveil it for you at the right time and at the right manner. A truly awakened spirit awaits. Alright, Aquarius, that's a message for you. So let's move on to the sign of Pisces. Alright, so what's the message that we have for Pisces? The Knight of Raphael. Romantic, poetic, dramatic, introspective. Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Alright, so you may already be committed in a relationship here, Pisces. Maybe your person is coming and sweeping you off your feet more. Maybe they're being more romantic towards you, Pisces, showing you more love and affection here. Or if you're single, Pisces, there could be a committed romantic relationship coming up for you. Alright, and even on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. So let's see what else we have for Pisces. Pull 2 more cards. The Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Make choices from your heart. Deeply emotional commitments. The power of love. Yeah, you have love here. Strength. Archangel Ariel. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. So that's what's coming your way is love. A bunch of love, Pisces. So let's see the message for you. Yeah, even your cards. Even your cards that are wanting to fall out. Look at this. We have number 40 with evolution, birthing the new. And we see that? There's a heart. Number 6 with love, relationships and harmony. I told you, you have love coming in. Oh, look at this. Number 33 with dimensional gateway and invitation. Look at this. You're having an invitation here. You may be... Alright, you have love here. Pisces, you have a lot of love, but you're having an invitation here from other dimensional beings to the higher realms, right? This is through heaven. To, I feel like, bring in more love, bring in more unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? It's from the higher realms. And this can apply to committed Pisces here. This can be for single Pisces. Let's say if you have no one, you have an invitation to connect to other dimensions from heaven here to bring in the unconditional love that you're seeking. Or let's say for those that are wanting a child, because we do have a child here. Maybe having an invitation here to heaven, to go connect with heaven here, to possibly bring in a child, if that's what you've been desiring. So I want to have a look at your invitation dimensional gateway. Number 33. Master number 33 is linked to crystalline light and higher powers. Drawing this card shows that you are standing at an important place in time on your path of destiny, one that has been created by your own past positive actions, behavior, and thoughts. You've done much good already, helped many, and supported those who needed it. And this is acknowledged now. Archangel Metatron offers you a gateway to a new way of being. He is a gatekeeper to many of light and ascended masters who appear when called by him. One of the names Metatron is known by is the Grand Orchestrator, and he is able to call on any energy needed by anyone at any time. It does so for you now. He has sent one of his angels of light to greet and welcome you, their arms outstretched and hearts open to receive you and guide you in. See the light all around you at this special place, blazing gold and containing wisdom, love, and enlightened space. Step into the gateway and feel the warmth from this flaming torches that purify and cleanse you. Ready for your next step. Entering this gate enables you to access all the angelic kingdom that Metatron governs. This is his door in his domain, and it feels like home to you now. You are welcome to come and shelter here for a while, to rest and recharge before joining on. Through this gateway, you'll find the other end of the rainbow, a pearlescent light with colors so bright your body can only bathe in their wonder, and a host of archangels and angels at Metatron's command, each as important as the other. Here exists no hierarchy, just service to oneness and energy of love that all there is. Step forward and reclaim your own angelic magnificence, your angel wings bestowed, and your body activated by light. Then go, do, be in service of others. Help, support, and teach those who need this energy right now in your communities, countries, and world. Metatron has called you. His angels wait. You're one of his earth angels now, Pisces. Alright, that's a big thing. Step through the golden gateway of light into your own mastery. The time is now, and you're invited. When you leave this place, you do so able to carry more light and love than ever before back to your homes, communities, and the world that needs it. The gateway is in front of you. Step through it now. Alright, so, Pisces, that's all I have for you. And if you want to see more content for your sign, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye, guys.